Go ahead.
Okay, it's Gino here from realeverydayenglish.com. Welcome back to another video. Today I've got two brothers from other mothers with me on the show. I've got Rod from Rod the English Teacher. Of course, you've all seen him on this channel before because we do monthly collaborations. And I've also got a lifelong friend, Andy Mack. Andy Mack is in the house. He's currently sat in his van.
Chilling out at the side of the road here, mate. Chilling out at the side of the road.
So what are you up to out and about in your van, mate? Have you been
nothing? I just nipped to the shop. And then you texted me saying, "Oh, we can start early." So I thought, you know what, I'll just pull up and do it now. Save waiting until later. So terrible.
Do it in the van. Do it in the van. While we're on here as well, I just want to say congratulations, Rodrigo. 1,000 subscribers, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel so humbled, you know, about this. I never thought that I would get to 1 year on YouTube and more than 1,000 subscribers. That's amazing. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your help, for your friendship, for everything. You know?
No, Rod, that's a good thing, that, Rod, because that's 1,000 people's lives that you've touched, isn't it? Really, it's really interesting. It's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope so. And I wear my heart on my sleeve, you know. That's what I do on the channel. Only that.
I can only see more success coming your way, Rodrigo. So the setup, what we're going to do for this little recording, we're just going to have a catch up, have a general chat, record it and put it on the channel. Andy, when you talk, I just want you to talk as you would do normally, mate. Don't slow down or anything like that. So then we can see we can see how much people can understand when two natives are going back from each other. From
you won't understand England, me. Okay? I talk really fast.
With the speed of light.
Yeah, oh yeah, warp speed.
Yeah. Speaking of the speed of light, do you remember that? I remember one day when we was younger, Rodrigo. We used to play roller hockey, all right, in the streets, and we all had when we first started, we all had pretty cheap rollerblades. So
with plastic wheels.
yeah. So they're rollerblades, like inline skates, you know. And we all had the plastic wheel ones. And then one day we was all stood on this lad's front he was called Knowlesy, the lad, wasn't he? We was all stood on his front, and then Andy came just rolling down the street. and there was absolutely no sound from his skates. He was just like gliding. He was like, "What's going on here?" And he was the first one to get a pair of what were they, Andy? Then
they were FX2s. They were the red and black ones. They're unbelievable. They were absolutely fantastic, and they scared the life out of me at first. They really did. I was like, "Oh!" I was just rolling faster and faster and faster. I couldn't believe it.
I saw Gino skating on Instagram, and you guys are pretty dope, you know.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I need to get.
That's great.
We need to go to the rink together and have a mess about, don't we?
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Yeah,
and we'll get Knowlesy in on it definitely as well. I see him regular, so that was at his house the other day. So
yeah, good, mate. Yeah, we'll get like a reunion. The old school boys are back in town.
Definitely.
But yeah, Andy can skate as well, Rod. He can skate as well.
I could tell by the story. I could tell.
It was good.
Could tell.
I couldn't skate. I couldn't skate then. I could skate now though. I was just rolling. I was just rolling then at super speed.
Do you practice very often as well?
I don't know. I've not been on. I've got ice skates. I go ice skating quite regularly, but I've not been on the rollerblades for a good while. It's all the same though.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm the opposite. I've not been on ice skates for a long time, but I go roller skating with the kids every week.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
Same concept.
Do you remember when we went ice skating? My dad took us, didn't he, to Altrincham Ice Rink? Do you remember? My dad.
Know the story. I'm letting you tell the story. Are you going to tell the story when your dad smashed into the barriers and the old lady went, "Imagine doing that at your age." Oh, it was unbelievable.
Secrets are on the table today. Secrets are on the table.
Yeah, my dad, he was smashing into barriers at full speed because he didn't know when to stop.
It was flying round. It was more exciting than we were. It was proper zipping round.
Oh, it was funny. It was funny. It was funny. Do you remember him? Do you remember him, Andy? Who used to live next door to me, mate? And he, my dad had a little bonfire in his back garden, and somebody come down complaining. And that fellow who lived next door to us, he went, if they want something to complain about, he said, I'll give them something. And he had this big mound of grass that he'd cut from his garden.
Yeah.
And he set it on fire. And all the street was just full of smoke.
Like smoke for about 2 hours in the street, wasn't it?
There was.
That's not the Gino that I got to know.
No, this was the next door neighbour. He was a bit of a
it
was nuts him, wasn't it?
Oh, he was a bit of a lunatic. I remember him one day. We was in back garden. We was sat in the back garden, Rodrigo. I think we was having a barbecue. It was in summer, and he popped his head over the fence. Right, so you've got the fence, and his head came up above the fence like that, and he started talking to us. And he says to us, Andy, look at this new camera I've bought. He said, you don't need point it at what you want it to take a photo of. You can just press it and it takes a photo of whatever you want. And he's going, and even his missus went, oh, don't be so stupid.
I never thought I would be laughing so hard.
What a whack job he was.
Poor neighbor, man. Poor neighbor.
Yeah, poor neighbor. He was a little bit of a burn pot. He really was.
He was a nugget in, wasn't he? He really was.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I don't know if you're familiar with rugby league, but Gino used to live next door to a Super League star. Gary Connolly was one of the best players in Super League at the time. He was a nice guy as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was, yeah.
I see him occasionally on his bike, out and about on his push bike, and he always says, "Oh, he always lets on. He always recognises us from when we were kids. He's nice. He's a nice guy."
Yeah. Does he actually still live there, Andy?
He lives in Orrell. He's moved now. No one lives on that street there where you live. Jamie McIntyre's mum and dad have got. Everyone's gone.
Everyone's gone.
Merck's dad. I think Merck Ruffley's dad still lives there, but everyone else I've never seen him. I don't recognise anybody.
Yeah, well, I've got Merck on my Facebook, so maybe we can get in touch with him and get him down the roller rink as well.
You're joking, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll tell you another thing we could do.
Miserable, Merck.
He's always on a mountain somewhere, from what I can see.
Yeah, he does a fair bit of camping and that.
He does, yeah, he does. Farming. So, what have you been up to this morning, Rod?
Working as always. I was teaching from for me now is almost 11 in the morning, so I was teaching from 9 up to 10:30 today, and I have a premiere this afternoon for me. And then I'll try to relax a little bit. We have we call it holiday. On Tuesday, it's going to be Children's Day holiday. So nobody works on Tuesday. So I'll try to rest a little bit because the last few weeks have been very intense for me, So.
Yeah,
but everything is good.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that the holiday that Rod's talking about is very similar to one of what we call bank holidays. We have just like a random Monday off every few months, and that's called the bank holiday Monday. What we have off is just like a national holiday, so that's something similar. That's probably similar to your children's holiday. What you have, your day.
We also celebrate the patron saint of the country for the Catholic people.
Right.
Our Lady Aparecida, we call the saint. And it's a very, for those who are Catholics, it's very touching, so
yeah.
As the country is mostly Catholic, the greatest number, let's say so, it's a very touching holiday in terms of religion and celebrating children and everything.
Yeah. Is it taken really seriously as well? Is it quite intimate? Is it really serious?
Yeah, people, it's something that it's very different. It's a way that people celebrate. I don't want to get into religion here because I think it's, but I think it's a day where we can take the children out, even though we are in the pandemic situation yet, even in Brazil, which is very strong. But it's very touching, you know. People say thanks to the good things they receive. Others play with their children, have special dinners like chocolate and everything, you know. That's
That's
what
good.
happens.
In England, we don't say thank you to anybody, unfortunately. we don't. We're a very weird nation. We don't say thank you for your service to the soldiers. We're
Yeah,
very reserved as a nation. We don't really give too much away. It's very
yeah.
strange, really.
It's kind of a Thanksgiving, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like. But when you come to Brazil with Gino to visit me,
That sounds good.
because it's a promise, you will see how funny we are, you know. So
Yeah.
Brazilians are very warm people, you know. So
Yeah.
Rod's got a swimming pool in his back garden, Andy.
Right, I'll be there in 10 minutes.
no,
Next
you'll sleep in the house, not in the garden room, but you enjoy as you say, you want to enjoy some pool and everything because it's
Awesome.
really hot in here. So
Yeah, good. That. Thank you. Really
What
good.
what have you been up to this morning, Andy? You've been working, haven't you?
I went to work this morning in Kirby in Liverpool. Yeah, I did a small bedroom, some flooring in a small bedroom. Only took me about an hour, and then I came home, had a shower, and then nipped out.
Right, yeah.
I cut my fingertip off. I cut the tip of my little finger off a couple of days ago in work. It's absolutely killing me.
Oh,
Like 5 millimeters off the top, straight gone.
oh mate, how did you do that?
Just with a Stanley knife, just cutting a piece of vinyl
Whoa.
plank. My finger was in the way as well. Just went straight across the plank, straight across my finger, straight off.
Wow.
Nice.
Be careful, man. Be careful.
I know.
Do you know what? Andy? I don't know what it is, right? But anything to do with fingers, you know, like it's in your hammer with a finger or anything. I can't.
Oh, mate, I've busted my thumb thousands of times in work with the hammer. Oh my god.
It's horrible, mate, isn't it? It's absolutely horrible. I used to work at a place called Pasquil's, and they make roof trusses. It's up in Charlie. I don't know if you know it or not.
Yeah, I do.
Well, anyway, I was making these they're like cassette floors, you know, so you build the floor with tongue and groove boarding on top.
That's right.
And then they just drop it straight onto the frame of the building. Well, we was making them, and it was winter, and the thing we was working in, it didn't have any walls. It was just like a roof, and you know the wind picks up over them fields, and in the winter, if you caught your fingers with the hammer, pain, pure pain.
It's like when we were kids and we used to play football with the Umbro tactic, the football. It was like rock hard plastic, and when that used to hit you, God, it used to sting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you caught that straight on the side of the face, definitely would sting.
No,
Rodrigo needs to come to the UK as well to visit us too.
He does.
I hope so. I don't have time. You know, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Not enough time.
I
am
Rod.
weaker than you guys. My currency is weaker, much weaker. You know, so.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it's harder for people from South America to travel here than it is for us to travel to South America, just due to the value of the money is different, isn't it? So it's we're very fortunate in that sense.
Is it something similar to what like Europe used to be years ago, where you used to go to Germany and it was like well better for your pound to the Deutschmark years and years ago? Is it very similar, really low compared to what I was like?
Yeah, very similar to that.
But I really want to be there one day to meet you guys. I need to meet Gino in person, you in person, because, you know, I never thought Gino and I would become friends this way, and it's awesome, you know.
It is. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't do anything much with technology on my phones and things like that, but I'm blown away that I can talk to two people at once on my phone. It's like I'm like, I'm like, what? I can't believe this is happening. It's unbelievable. You know,
in different time zones as well. It's awesome. You know,
it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know? I'm glad you've mentioned that, Andy, because it's crazy. It's crazy, right? That I've got this little thing here, mobile phone, and I can ring somebody on this who's in, I don't know, Colombia or Argentina, and I can see the face, and they can see me, and there's no wires. There's no wires at all.
It's unbelievable. Technology's shocking. It's unbelievable. So clever.
I mean, if you told somebody, right, in the 1950s that you're going to have this little thing and you're going to speak to people, they would have probably sectioned you, mate.
Well, just think back to when we were in school. You're talking 20 years ago. There was nothing like this.
Yeah.
There was nothing like this in it. I don't know what technology is like in other parts of the world, but 20 years ago, there was nothing like this.
Exactly. Today, my son doesn't copy anything. He just takes a picture from the screen and he gets whatever he needs from school, you know?
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Fantastic,
it's crazy.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is really good. So what are your plans for tonight, Rod? What are your plans for the rest of the day?
My plans for the rest of the days are, I have another recording by the end of the afternoon for me. It's going to be around, I think, 9 p.m. for you, and I'll be recording with another friend. And on Sunday, I'll try to rest a little bit because I'm really tired. I've been working a lot, as you know, because on Monday I have to work again, and on Tuesday we have the holiday, as we call here. But I have a lot of work to do, man. It's crazy, but I'm happy anyway. You know how I like to. I speak your language almost 24/7. You know.
Better than I speak it.
Yeah. I'm just, no. You're natives. You are awesome. You know?
You probably do speak actually grammatically better than we.
He speaks 10 times more fluent English than the average Wiganer, I'm telling you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But I really enjoy doing this because you are two people who the first time I talked to you was in his chat, and we started making fun of things during the live stream and helping him, you know. So I said, this guy is awesome. And then I told him, Gino, I talked to some Andy guy in chat. Oh, he's one of my best friends. I said, wow.
Yeah, I've known Gino a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been friends.
How old were you when you first met?
Primary school.
When did you change schools? Was you about 8 years old, something like that?
Yeah. Wow.
I would have been about 7 or 8. So yeah, we've known each other for 30 years.
30 years.
Carbon dating friendship.
Yeah. You can identify our friendship by looking at fossil records.
Like Fabio, like my friendship with Fabio, remember? Carbon dating friendship, yes.
I do remember that.
I'm gobsmacked that it's 30 years. 30 years. I feel old.
Yeah. That's so nice.
Here's a question for you, Rodrigo. When does your interview with Sean go live? Sean from 399 English.
Today, sir.
Okay, what time?
In a couple hours. Let me see. For you, it's going to be. I'm really good at math, so 105 for me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for you.
6.
So 5 for you. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be busy then, but what I'll do is I'll watch it later on catch up.
Is he the American lad?
Yeah, he's got a bald head. He's got a shaved head.
I've seen him on your. Has he been on your channel once or twice?
He has, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try and tune into that.
It's gonna be.
Have you seen his video? Have you seen his video editing, Andy? Sean's video editing.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even begin to think how you get that good at editing.
I know.
I don't know.
Does he do that for a living?
I don't think so.
I don't think so as well.
No, I don't think of it. But I think he has a background in computer technology. So he
does.
That explains it, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's very clued up. So what are you up to tonight, Andy? What are you doing rest of the weekend, mate?
Nothing much. I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch Tyson Fury smash Deontay's Wildest face in.
Yes.
I hope he KOs in the first round.
Wow.
Wow. Have you heard of Tyson Fury, Rodrigo?
No.
He's a world heavyweight champion boxer. He's from here. He's from Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
His nickname's the Gypsy King because he's from traveller heritage. He's really good. I could listen to him all day, and I could
Yeah.
watch him box all day as well.
I do. I watch all his interviews, all his weigh-ins, everything he does. He's unbelievable.
He's brilliant, isn't he, Andy?
I'm really bad at sports. I'm sorry, you know. So I was going to use another word, but it's a family-friendly channel. So yeah, I'm really bad.
No,
So,
you should check him out, though. Even if you're not a sports fan, you'll
Yeah.
instantly become a fan of him. You'll
Yeah.
instantly be a fan of Tyson Fury. He's that kind of guy.
Yeah, I'll search
Yeah,
up for sure. Yeah.
What I'll do, mate, what I'll do is I'll send you, after this conversation, I'll send you a link to some of his best moments.
Yeah.
I remember once, I've watched him. I've watched him since he was like, because he used to box on Channel 5, if you remember.
Yes,
Andy.
God, yeah, years ago, yeah. Wow.
And I remember I was watching a James DeGale fight, and Tyson Fury was at the side, and the commentator said, "Here's another big heavyweight in the business, Tyson Fury," and he went over to him, and he's on about that big stiff idiot.
Yeah, about price it.
Yeah.
He had his baseball cap on sideways, didn't he? He was like, "Listen to you, you plumber from Liverpool. I'm going to do you some serious big stiff idiot." The guy just moved away from him with the microphone, didn't he? Oh God.
He is.
He's hilarious, isn't he?
He is. He's charismatic, but you know what I mean. He's. So yeah, we're both rooting for him tonight. I'm sure he'll do the job because he's already beat this guy twice.
Yeah, he smashed him twice, hasn't he?
He smashed him. Well, he smashed the first fight was technically a draw, but he won the fight. And then in the second fight, he just smashed him to pieces. So I'm assuming he's gonna I'm behind the fellow Brit to do the job again tonight.
He'll do it. His boxing IQ's just up there. He's just phenomenal, and he can read a fighter in the ring. Every time that fighter changes, he can just change with him. You can't beat him. He's not going to be beaten.
Yeah, he's too good. He just adapts, like you said. Yeah, he's too good.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Could I ask a question here?
Yeah, tell me.
It's a normal question, but I'm curious. Andy, what do you know about Brazil?
Very little, really.
Very
little. I know very little about Brazil.
What could you tell? Like the Amazon, Carnival?
Yeah, I know little bits about the Amazon, little bits about cultures in the Amazon. You know, ancient cultures.
Yeah.
A little tiny bit about Rio de Janeiro, and then very, very little things that I got taught in primary school. Really, it's not something I've ever.
Because I'm asking that. I'm asking that because when I travel, people ask me if Buenos Aires is the capital of Brazil, and I have to say that no, it's in Argentina. You know, so people once they ask me if I used grass skirts to go to school because of the Amazon. I said no. I go to school jumping from tree to tree, you know, and then I get to school.
Good answer.
And I need help because I am a disabled person. So one friend holds here and the other one holds there. Man, it's crazy, but I understand.
Probably the most thing I know about Brazil is probably football. It's sport related. From going through the World Cup in the 90s. Yeah, they had a couple of really good players. I think one of them was called Ronaldo, and I can't remember.
Ronaldo, Neymar today.
They were a fantastic team back in the late 90s.
Yeah. And Gino knows a lot because I have been telling him a lot of things about Brazil now. But
the last thing I need to do is I need to get over not just Brazil but South America in general. I've got invites to go to Bogota. I've got a friend who lives there. He's actually one of my conversation partners.
Yeah.
I've got invites to go to Mexico City. I've got friends who live in Argentina as well. So it's really an area of the world that I just need to get to.
If you get invites as well, I'd make the most of them. I'd definitely make the most of our opportunity to just get out there, even if for a week at a time, and just come back, just save the money up and just go, because that's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, I agree.
And we are planning, I don't know if it's going to work, but we are recording Great this month, and I told him that I would say things about your city and he would say things about my city. I don't know if it's gonna work, but that's okay. We have to cook it up yet, but we have to record it for the month.
Yeah,
you know.
what you should do like a trivia test on each other's tones and see what you can find out and see if you can answer the questions.
Yeah.
Questions to each other.
Yeah.
That'd be quite good.
But my town is quite small that you hardly can find it on Google, you know. So
Yeah, this is very similar, really. If you go into
yeah.
into the town, we live in a town within a town, like a village within a town. So that's quite difficult to trace, to find out about. Really.
Yeah, the word tone as well. I know from speaking with people, to my conversation partners, the word tone here in England, like Wigan, the town we live in, is in Greater Manchester. So it's part of Greater Manchester, but the town Wigan on its own has got a population of getting up towards 300,000, I think, hasn't it, Andy?
Something like that, yeah, close to that.
So it's a big place. It's like a city. It's like a city.
It's a very big borough. It's a metropolitan borough in itself, isn't it?
Yeah. But I know that in Spanish, the word pueblo, which translates as town, it refers to something much smaller. So I don't know if it's the same in Portuguese, Rod. Is it the same?
Yeah.
Is that similar to our villages?
I live in a cidade pequena, which literally is small town. Okay, so but we have around 22,000 inhabitants, no more than that, you know.
Okay, yeah, I'm with
and a joke that we have here is that the whole city has only one traffic light, you know, so, and you have to stop even though there's no one around. If you have the red light, you have to stop, so you have to be waiting there. When I'm driving, I have to be there waiting.
Our countries, there must be a fan of traffic lights because they're every 300 yards.
Yeah.
And they always turn red when you drive towards them.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Because here most of the cars we use gear shifts, and I say that when you come to my town, you don't need to change your gears because in 5 minutes you see the whole town, you know. So it's very small, but it's nice.
Small.
Yeah.
That's very reminiscent of like one of our little country villages, like say Rainford. Gino, if you're familiar with Rainford, you drive through Rainford in about 30 seconds. It's literally one street, isn't it? And kind of like it's done. You're out back out of it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'll tell you where there's quite a lot of places like that. I've been working away quite a lot just recently down in Bristol, because I'm looking after a site down there, and there's quite a lot of small villages just outside the city centre. Really nice little villages where you find nice pubs and stuff to eat. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Have you been down towards Clifton? Are you going that way?
No, the actual factory or the site I'm working at is in Avonmouth, which is a massive industrial zone just outside Bristol. But no, I've not been down that end, mate. No.
Are you still working with your dad? Are you still doing with your dad?
No, mate. I've gone back into quality management. So I've gone back to my career because what happened was I made a big mistake, didn't I? And I took another job on, and I really didn't like it. So I quit and I went working with my dad for a bit. And then my old boss, he rung me up and just said, "Do you want to come back? The quality manager's job has come up, so you can come back here."
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's all worked out in the end. I think sometimes these things are sent to teach you lessons, aren't they? You know what I mean? It's not all about that.
No. Sometimes as well, when you work for someone and they become complacent with you being there, you have to walk away from them to realise that they needed you in the first place to get you back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So by quitting and saying, right, it's not right for me, you've made that company think we really needed Gino on board as well. So it kind of like, you know, it makes them appreciate you more as well.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, mate, I was happy where I was, and then I got approached. I wasn't looking for another job. Somebody approached me and offered me more money, so I kind of saw the money and thought I'll try it. But the company I went to was horrendous, mate. I really didn't like it.
Yeah, they call that in England, Rod, buttering you up. They buttered him up with speech of money.
The grass is not always greener, Andy, is it, lad?
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Rod, how long have we been recording, Rod?
We have 9 minutes to finish to go to another session.
All right. Shall we wrap it up and then?
No, it's up to you. If you want, you can start again in another session. But if you want to wrap it up, I would like to put only my 2 cents in on what you were talking about. I think that nothing should be taken for granted. You know,
Yeah, I agree.
like a friendship, like a job, anything, because people, when they get used to, oh, this person is always available or something like that, they take you for granted. I think,
Yeah, they do,
as
yeah.
Gino says, and my grandmother used to say, God sees everything. He never sleeps, you know? So if
That's true.
you are doing something really good to someone, keep doing it, because you're going to
Yeah.
receive it back, you know? So
I agree
that's
with that.
something I learned in life,
Definitely, Rod.
you know?
Wise
So
words, wise words, brother.
thank you.
Wise words.
Thank you.
Right, wise words. Right, Andy, thank you for coming on the channel,
No
spending your
problem.
time, man.
Listen, we can do this regularly if you want. I don't mind the chats, just for a catch up. I don't see you enough anyway, so I can use this as a catch up with you every week or every fortnight or something if you wish.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Andy. I'll do a live stream, and you can come on. Yeah, you can come on and put your sense in. Rodrigo, thank you for your time as well.
Thank you
thanks, Rod,
for inviting me, for having me here.
Okay, let's say bye-bye to the people who's watching the video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Thank
bye,
you.
everyone.
See you.
Thank you.
Andy,
Thanks a
a
lot.
pleasure once again. Thank you. See
Yeah,
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, mate. Bye-bye.